Hi, and welcome once again to my Mental Monologue. I'm your host, Shelby Lee Kyles. With me always is.
Chris Candlin.
Today we're talking about COVID 19 problems. That's my phone. I don't know what the hell. But anyway, so we're talking about all the problems that happened during COVID 19, from the stopping the city from functioning to the whole thing of dealing with unemployment, and then the whole crap with just basic shopping and everything. So, you know, let's talk about how COVID affects us, man.
Well, I mean, really, for me, COVID dropped my work hours down to near unlivable levels, and I haven't seen a single cent of this stimulus package or any of the benefits that have been put in place to help people. I haven't seen any of, so I've been left to totally deal with the issues by myself and trying to work enough hours to stay afloat.
Fucking, I have a problem with us being on fucking COVID, lockdowns, because I think it had a lot to do with the riotings and all the crap that's been going on this year because people been trapped in the house for months. A lot of people that are really codependent on other people, they can't stand being in solitude or whatever, so they go out and they cause chaos and shit. And that's what happened. And then the one issue, I mean, I got tons of issues with this COVID-19 thing. But to hint, to get to the thing that you were just saying about stimulus checks. I think it's ridiculous how we had to wait all these fucking months to get a $600 stimulus check. Then there's supposed to be a $2,000 stimulus check coming. And then Joe Biden, already in president, already lying to us. Once it was, oh, we're going to give you $2,000 stimulus. Now he's talking about $1,400 stimulus checks. So, and when the whole voting thing came up to me, it was like, what the fuck you people voting for? Do you not see what I see? Do you not see the government doesn't give a shit about us? Because if they did, they would have already gave us stimulus checks back in like August or June. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I don't even need a stimulus check. I would much rather have them open businesses back up and allow me to work normally and make enough money to live on my own.
Well, see, that's the thing. They opened the city up and then they closed it down. And they kept saying, oh, we're going to phase two, which means we're opening stores again. And then it went down to what? Like, we were locked down
Like
for.
1.5. Well, I mean, they at the beginning of this whole thing, they said 2 weeks to stop the spread or slow the curve. And I mean, that was fucking almost a year ago. That was over a year ago. So I mean, what there is no real actual accountability on the government's part. They're just allowed to pass these rules and ordinances with no recourse. All of these governmental workers are still getting their paychecks. Everyone's still getting taxed. So the money is still flowing, just not to us anymore because they've mandated that we are not allowed to go to work.
What makes it even more stupid is unemployment. There's people out there that gets it because they work now. I work hard and I try to do everything. I've never done unemployment for forever at all. You know what I
A
mean?
lot
And
of
then
people out there exploiting it.
yeah, and so then here it is. I got a problem going on with unemployment where now they're trying to say, oh, I was lying about it. How can I lie about it? I have 3 jobs before COVID-19 hit. 3 jobs. Okay. And now I'm down to one because I lost one due to an accident in the middle of all this crazy shit going on around the city. Because we live in Portland, there's all this chaos, there's riots every night. And it's just like, it's Gotham City around here, pretty much. You know what I mean? And so it's like you got these assholes going, oh, I'm calling unemployment, and they ain't worked a day in their lives, and unemployment was still paying out to them. You know what I mean? And they were doing all this foul shit. But someone like me who worked hard for years at all kinds of hours and stuff, now reduced to just sitting around watching Netflix and good kung fu movies. And that's what I do. So I'm just saying, like, it's shitty unemployment. They know people need to work. They're helping them, give them money and shit. How come they didn't say, "Hey, let's open up jobs here at unemployment through the phone, or have people at home answer phones for us?" Because every time you try to call them, the phone is busy.
for
It
hours.
it would make more sense if unemployment said, "Okay, I mean, I know there's places where they got phone services with what do you call it? Phone service people
Call
who,
centers.
yeah, call centers that answer at home. They be at home answering the phone. Why do I know this? My cousin has a job where she works for a hospital, and she gets calls from fucking clients and shit, or clients that have a problem with the hospital, and then she deals with them at home. So the same thing could happen where unemployment could have hired people to answer phones for them and employed people, which would have kept money going and circulating a bit. Another issue I have with COVID-19, a big fucking issue I have with COVID-19 is this. If they knew we were going to be locked down for all these months and knew that we're not going to have enough money to work or be able to live, how come they didn't lower the price on rent around the place? I mean, how come they didn't lower the price on food? I mean, anything that we naturally buy on a normal day basis when the economy was functioning at a somewhat good basis. You know what I'm saying? How come they didn't lower the price on any of these things? You know?
Yeah, I have no idea, really. I mean, I imagine they can't because it's all determined by owners, distributors, how much it costs to get the goods here. How, honestly, if anything, COVID probably has made it so that the price of goods has gone up because it's harder to ship them.
Of course. When everybody started buying toilet paper like crazy, the price of toilet paper went up, like skyrocket. It's like how gasoline went up. Around the Bush, presidency. But when that whole voting thing came up for who's president and all this bullshit, I was just like, it makes no sense that we're suffering out here. You know, people can't afford their rent, people can't buy stuff they need, and it's sad. And then on top of the fact you got this virus, now there's all these pathetic ass supposed peaceful protests, but they're not peaceful at all. Because peaceful means kumbaya, sit around in a circle, smoke
All
a
of the
joint,
protests
you
in
know.
Oregon and Portland, especially, are about as peaceful as the as what happened to the Capitol.
Exactly. And that's why I don't pick either side. I think both sides are ridiculous because there's no reason why you should go out in the street every day. I mean, this was going on for every day for I don't know how many months, and they just go outside every night, destroy shit. People came to Portland. I was trying to videotape something for another show, and I was down there at the protest after my work, and there were people coming from out of town, from Las Vegas, from California, from other places, saying they just want to be a part of the riot. They just want to see what's going on. They had no reason to be here. They didn't give a fuck about Black Lives Matter or whatever the reason was that was being fought for. They only cared about coming to be part of the
Violence.
chaos. So I talked to a couple. I said, "You want to be on camera?" They said, "Oh, we're here from Las Vegas." And no, we're just here to see what's going on. And I was like, what the fuck? I'll just show you that footage one of these days. But I don't get it. What is the purpose of this? And why has the government decided they want to abandon on us now? And why is all these cities on the West Coast going to shit and probably across the East Coast and other places too? Because they're giving up. They're throwing in this shit. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And they want us to sit back and just be like, okay, passive and die off. That's why drugs are fucking everywhere now. And there's meth heads that look like zombies and shit. You know what I mean? And then fucking toddlers that try to stab you, when you go to the bathroom or something. I don't know. I'm just saying it's fucked up. You know. What do you think? Why do you think they should fix it? What do you think?
Really, I mean, they need to step out of the way and let people get back to normal. The virus has spread to the point where now, and I mean, I'm not any kind of medical expert on it, but it's from what I've seen, it's going to become an endemic problem where it crops up every year, like the flu or the cold, and we're gonna have COVID season. So I mean, why? There's no real reason to prolong our amount of isolation and just let people get back to life, going to their jobs, going out and doing things. We've seriously probably injured a massive proportion of our own nation just by these draconian lockdowns in certain states because of how integral the social experience is for to people's well-being. This is, to put it in certain aspects, for some people this is like depriving alcoholic of alcohol. It can be detrimental. That might not be the best analogy to make, but it's a good one in that the removal of this experience is highly detrimental to the person. It can, if you are a really social person, you could be, this could kill you.
I know from dealing with a lot of people lately, like,
Yeah, I know.
people been like calling me, going crazy, and I'm more of a loner, a rebel type of dude, so I don't really give a fuck about hanging around people most of the time. People got to call me out like Chris here. Let me come outside. So, people are going crazy because they're codependent. They're used to being around people. Some people can't live their lives without being around other people, and so they're more prone to go crazy when a situation happens when they're in isolation. Same thing with prisoners. If they're used to being in gangs, well, they're used to being around a lot of people. So when they're in there, they feel like, hey, we take you out of gen pop, our main population, that you're not gonna, handle yourself better, when you're in solitude. So that's why no one likes going to the hole, and they try to keep themselves out of going to the hole. Except for me, I like going to the hole. So anyway, had nothing to do with fucking COVID, but still, okay. Here's the thing I think I trip on. Okay, it's supposed to be a viral agency that can come in and affect our bodies. It's supposed to be, you know, a deadly virus. So the thing is this: how come there's no biohazard bins everywhere? Because people gotta wear face masks all the time. How come there's no place to throw those things away, or some place to clean out one? Because some people might have, you know, a face mask that's made out of cloth or whatever. But how come if it's so deadly, there's no biohazard things? You see face masks
Well,
and
I mean,
stuff
yeah, you see
everywhere.
like you see so many littering the ground, and each one of those could be a biological ticking time bomb of a multitude of different diseases.
Yes, mass diseases, mass quantities of diseases, multiplying at an accelerating, rate. Because if it's just something that spreads fast and it's knocking out people across the country, across the world, fast, and no one knows how it's getting affected or how's it's coming, to us, then how come you don't put it in the bio trash? It just does. I mean, it just. I don't
I
know.
mean, if they're really as concerned about contamination as they do say, all trash should be disposed of in biohazard. Anything that you touch,
That's true. That's very true.
and there's not a single person in a single state doing that, other than maybe hospitals. But I highly doubt even they are doing that level of precaution.
That's true though, because what if, like, people in parties, damn, I got heartburn. But
Plastic cups.
yes,
You're touching them with your mouth. You're drinking out of them, and then you're throwing them away.
and then like
The garbage man then picks those up.
well, anything you're throwing away, your food, you're throwing away stuff you don't want, trash, whatever. But let's say you're at a party, there's so many people touching things and so forth. You don't know if that one person's infected, then how many other people get infected. Like they talked about Halloween party where multiple people got affected. Well, what happened there was they touching every damn thing. You see what I'm saying? So you never know who's infected, how they get infected. But the thing is, if we're truly trying to be safe, that option of having a disposable biohazard bin around should, be enforced.
Well, and also you gotta just, like, I think people are making everybody thinks that if you catch this, you're just gonna fucking die, like it's the plague, when it's really only just a mild coronavirus for people who are healthy and don't have a comorbidity. It's not the next plague event, and we can't fear it like that.
Well, true. We can't fear that. But I tell you, the damn fucking shot sounds fearful because you don't know if it's the damn chip in there or there's some microbiology happening with tiny robots and shit. You don't know what the fuck's going on, So, and then you got the stuff I've seen where there's people in the government. They show themselves getting the shot, but it's fake. It doesn't really show them getting the shot. You know what I mean? There's somebody fake pressing it, or you have someone to get a shot in one arm and they tell you
It's
on the other
developed
arm
so
it happened there.
quickly
You know.
and so just haphazardly. Who knows what possible malfactors it may contain?
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not they even be put in there intentionally or unintentionally, maliciously, or just totally accidentally, there hasn't been enough time for testing, and I really ultimately don't think that the vaccine is going to be necessary unless you're one of those people who are at a high risk of dying for it. Then you probably should get vaccinated for it.
I mean, I was staying in the most shittiest apartment, before summer hit, and I'm telling you, I didn't wear a mask every day. I didn't give a fuck. Like some days I would, but I'm telling you, all the people in there. I mean, if anybody was gonna get affected, it'd be those motherfuckers. That place was horrible. I'm talking about it was beyond Skid Row. It's like living living in fucking, I don't know, man, like a snake pit or something. Okay, it was filthy, nasty, the stuff you want to run and go, ugh. And I would always run in and out. So, I'm just saying that I don't believe it's airborne like they had said it was, and so forth. I believe that it has a lot to do with um, a certain type of thing, like maybe a food or something. Even a theory about, some kind of conspiracy theory about the 5G being able to affect people and give them
No,
symptoms of
it's
COVID.
really it's much simpler than that. It's if you are
Sorry, the pizza rolls are fucking good, man. I'm sorry, they're good. Okay, go ahead.
if you're old, 65 plus, and you have extreme diabetes or extreme respiratory issues, COPD, some illness that is killing you currently, but you're healthy enough to survive through it. When you catch something like coronavirus, yes, it's going to kill you because you've caught two diseases which you can't compensate for. And I am and as harsh as it may sound, I am tired of sacrificing my life and stability for those people. I'm sorry. The old and the unhealthy need to accept what they are. Old people, there's nothing you can do to change it. People with chronic illnesses, nothing they can do to change it. Boo-hoo, get the vaccine, stay home. I'm sorry. It sucks to be you. But other people who can fix their disease, that's your prerogative. That's your directive. I'm not interested in hiding in my house just so you can go to the store. I don't care. I'm sorry. Find someone else to go to the store and leave it on your porch for all I care. I'm tired of hiding in my house because lockdown. I'm tired of wearing masks and feeling like I'm in some kind of fucking Muslim nation.
And I'm tired of not getting no nookie. When you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck, man? You can't even get to a chick, it's bogus. Just saying, man.
I'm a young, healthy adult, and I'm tired of living for people who were born 30 years before me. Or shit, 30, fucking 60. I'm tired of living for the boomers. I don't care. I'm not out to save the boomers. They've had their life. They've had their moment. I'm sorry, Grandma, but your time has fucking come. If that's what it takes for me to live my life, sorry, I'm the young one. I win. That's just how it fucking goes.
Well, baby boomers or not, all I know is this: the next generation to come is fucked unless we fix this problem now. So COVID-19 has to be fixed, eliminated, and all the issues that come with it. So, with that being said, peace be with you.
Thank you for watching. We can't wait to see you until next time. Thank you for listening. Like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell to be notified whenever our new videos come out, and you can be the first one to watch it. Leave a comment letting us know what you thought, and see you next time.
Peace.